Mr. Kumar, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV18, sir. We saw that upgrade coming in from Moody's, but in all likelihood from S&P, it's going to be an affirmation of the position that they had held on India, and it's going to be a stable outlook as well as a BBB rating that will be reaffirmed by S&P. I do want to point out that the official release isn't out yet, sir, but would you be surprised if that were to be the case, which is what we're given to understand is the position that S&P is likely to take?
I would be terribly surprised, because I would have that would mean, that would imply that S&P is completely non-cognizant of all the work that has been done in the last 3 years, and the fact that the economy is now poised to be able to service its loans much better going forward than it was that would have been in the past, because simply the growth momentum will pick up, and the fiscal situation is on track. So I don't, unless I read it, it's not clear to me as to what would be the reasons why S&P would not change and upgrade India's rating.
If I could just pick up on what the S&P had said in its outlook in 2016, sir. It had said downward pressure on the ratings could re-emerge if growth disappoints, perhaps as a result of stalling reforms, if contrary to our expectations, the new Monetary Council is not effective in achieving its targets, or if the external liquidity position of the nation deteriorates more than we currently expect. So as of now, it's clear that, the downward pressures have not impacted S&P's view. It is likely to be an affirmation of the position that they had held in 2016. And upward pressure on the ratings could build, this is what they had said in 2016, if the government's reforms markedly improve its general government fiscal outturn, and with them the level of net general government debt, so that it falls below 60% of GDP. Now, clearly that has been an issue that Moody's has also raised as one of the concerns. So perhaps this could be why S&P would choose not to upgrade India at this point in time.
No, but I don't understand why S&P would say that India's reforms have stalled, and the fact that there is...
No. I'm saying that No. You're mistaking me, sir. That is what they had said could exercise downward pressure on the ratings, if at all. This was their report in 2016. I'm saying on an upward revision, they had said that the upward pressure on ratings could build, and this is the report from 2016, if the government's reforms markedly improve its general government fiscal outturns, and with them the level of net general government debt, so that it falls below 60% of GDP. So perhaps not convinced on what has happened on the debt front.
I've maintained the position for quite some time that I do not see the debt to GDP ratio as a critical variable in a country's ability to service its debt, nor do I see that as a ratio which determines how the country's economic performance will be going forward. My big concerns have been that there are now reforms. My feeling has been that there have been reforms to improve the productivity levels in the economy. There are major steps being taken to debottleneck the infrastructure sector. There are the household savings loans picking up. The capital market, except for credit offtake from public sector banks, has been robust. So I am not sure at all as to why S&P would not, why S&P think there is no upward pressure on the ratings. I think there should be, except of course if you want to take a very pessimistic position of the fiscal situation going forward, which I don't see is really warranted.